Welcome, everyone, to Louisville, Kentucky, and we may be in the Bluegrass State, but blue is the color to avoid if you love the homestanding Louisville Cardinals. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on a fellow Big Ten foe, the Louisville Cardinals. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Notre Dame looking for a strong kick to get this one underway. The returner will field it and bring it back. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Cardinals offense will get the first crack at it here. And here he comes, guys, the man who makes everything go.
Everything in this offense is built around his ability. He's got such great field vision. He's got it all, Paul.
He is must-watch TV. Let's not get it twisted. People show up to this stadium. People are watching back at home because of this guy right here.
The margin for error so small in a conference like this, and in Big Ten play, really imperative to get off to a good start.
Really focus on all offseason getting off to such a great start, right? Start fast. Win our conference. Well, this is step one. And so I think you're so tired of hitting your own color jerseys, by the way. You're excited when you get in conference plays. You start to get some of that familiarity, some of that also that hatred that you have for these other teams. So the Big Ten is a fun conference.
Yeah, and you know both of these teams, their players have had this game circled all offseason because this is the first one. This is the first step towards winning a Big Ten championship. Both teams feel like they've got the playmakers to compete in conference this year, but it all starts today.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Quarterback moving. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down.
Well, they try to throw for it there on third down on the opening drive of the game. They don't get it, but let's punt the ball away. Let's trust our defense.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And it's swatted away. It's a turnover on downs. So Notre Dame's offense will have its first possession of the game. One thing to keep an eye on in this game, when they get a back isolated on a linebacker, who wins that matchup?
The quarterback likes the matchup, but this linebacker, he's different, man. Not only is he a hitter, he's got the athleticism to cover people, too.
Normally you say that's a win for the running back. The running back on a linebacker, I win. But this guy is different. Interested to watch this matchup.
There's an example of the offense taking advantage of all the attention the defense is giving this outstanding running back. Remember, he's one of the best in the game. They're expecting him to get the football. So the quarterback says, you know what? I'll just keep it. No one's keying on me. I'm going to get upfield and find an explosive play.
Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, being a
touchdown, Fighting Irish. What a grab and go for the score.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The kickoff team out there to boot it away and 15 yards farther up the field after the roughing the kicker penalty. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
When you hear about it all the time in football, go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped, sometimes they put you in a hole. And Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You can see it on the sideline. So let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
Fires to the tight end. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation, or they can release and come out. But either way, if the quarterback's patient most of the time, that drag route's going to come in.
After misfiring, it's second down. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. They keep attacking through the air. He's got it.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
They've got it at the 41, third and short, trying to keep the chains moving. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
Finds his man, they convert. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
He'll pull it on the read. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I'll tell you, this is a hard defense to run against if you're going to go sideline to sideline because of that guy's speed at linebacker. He can get all the way to the perimeter, chase the quarterback down on the option, and make the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Impressive.
Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. And the Cardinals will go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's going to be batted down. They'll turn it over on downs.
Man, those fourth down stops are so huge for momentum to turn the ball back to your offense. Great pass defense, seeing the ball, breaking on it, swatting it down so the receiver couldn't make a play. Nice job by this defense.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down. Now on first down from the 43-yard line. Out of the gun to give to the back. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke, and he stopped for a short gain. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards.
Infraction. Defense.
The defender crossed the line a little bit too early. It's a free 5 yards for the offense. And here comes the offense on second down. Gives it to the back on the draw. Runs through a tackle. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Use the play fake, now to throw. Steps away. Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. Really need to find a productive play this time on second and long. He's looking to throw. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Really nice job by the quarterback understanding I need to throw this ball hard. Like, I got to fit in there tight. And a nice job by the wide receiver wearing it, because he really didn't have a choice, because he was going to wear that one regardless.
And he couldn't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. They allowed the completion, but this defense was swarming to keep them away from that first down line.
Yeah, and you allow completions in those third down situations underneath the sticks, and you come up and rally, and everybody flies to the football. That's great execution by this defense.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close, David.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now, and you score so quickly. It's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being you, keep being aggressive.
They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. From the gun, running back on the move. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Really nice job by this sophomore quarterback to pick up the first down with the run. The Cardinals are moving quickly down the field. They go to the ground. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Quick release by the QB. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
Well, the play fake on the RPO bought the receiver some time to work himself open on the route. That was a man-to-man coverage on the defense. Nice job by the receiver putting his foot in the ground and separating.
Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
Back to the air one more time. And he can't grab the bullet pass on 3rd down. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. It's good. Hold on just a second, guys. Flag on the play.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Can't make contact with the kicker like that. A costly special teams penalty. You've got to know your path in front of the kicker. Offense comes back on the field. He'll do it himself. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, looking for the score. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. 3rd and goal is where offensive coordinators earn their keep. From the gun, wants to pass. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinal.
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. you want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Let's see if he can make a play on the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here come the Irish back on offense. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out where are my playmakers, who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here.
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
Nice job in coverage there. Offense trying to take a shot downfield. The defender able to tip that one up in the air and force it incomplete.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. Throws to the wideout. Another incompletion on 3rd down. The Irish send out the punt unit. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. This is a game of swings and momentum and a great opportunity here after scoring on the last drive, getting a stop, and now you have the football back.
They're playing well right now in all 3 phases, and they're complementing each other. So now, David, it's up to the offense here. It's up to this quarterback to lead this offense down the field to get a score.
Yeah, and to stay aggressive, to understand we've had 6.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
Smart offensive coordinators, they're going to throw deep balls, especially those 50-50 balls you hear about all the time. My wide receiver is better than your DB. Well, not on this play.
And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. 3 straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on down. The offense lining up for a 1st down play. He'll start this drive firing. And the rush will get to him at the 25. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. After the big 1st down sack, it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. They're working that left side. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football.
And he intercepts it. Giving him his pads. Bringing it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. Going up top on 1st down. Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Quarterback will audible. He's going to pass on 2nd down. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And he scoots his way to the 1st down and then slides to avoid the hit. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Comes out throwing on 1st down. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
And some people just have a knack for the football, and he's one of those guys, and he just gets the swat right there, but he's in the top 10 in the nation in interceptions for a reason. Just such a great feel for the passing game and where guys are. It's fun to watch him play defense.
And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Looking deep down the right side. Can't complete the long throw, and the defense gets off the field on fourth down.
That is just a play you've got to be able to come up with. They don't get bigger than that. Fourth down, you've got to make the catch. Whether it's a perfect throw or whether it's off of your body, you're good enough and you're athletic enough to haul that play, and you've got to make the play for your quarterback and your offense to keep that drive alive, and he's not able to come up with it.
He's in open space downfield. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in Louisville for a fun first half than you? And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by acknowledging the sparkling play of this tight end. The guy's like an aircraft carrier out there as a blocker. And then when he releases and shows off that speed and route running, he's almost unguardable. Gotta believe he won't be able to go anywhere in this second half without someone attached to his hip. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas at L&N Federal Credit Union Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. And the Cardinals will kick it away to crank up the second half. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the returner will be dragged down. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They go to work in the third quarter with the lead, but they have had a little trouble keeping their quarterback upright.
Yeah, and you have the lead, you're positive, but the offensive line coach is definitely going to be upset. And the offensive coordinator, listen, I don't want my guy getting touched. He's being productive, but give him some more time here in the second half.
I think you can do that, too, offensively, by maybe leaving your tight end in to help block, maybe chipping with running backs to help these tackles out on the edge, because you're right, that pocket has been shaky. But if it continues to be that way in the second half, this could be a much different looking football.
They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
And the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going, and something can start to build.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that first.
Reads it, fires complete. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Well, you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
Fires into traffic, and it's picked off.
I love when people start to understand what we're doing defensively. If they're going to pass the football and that's where they're going to live, well, I'm going to live in dime. I'm going to bring more defensive backs on the field so I can cover more of these speed guys that they have out there. Great job by the defensive back, breaking on the football, making the INT, making the DC look very smart.
Can't hold on. He had it right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. On second down, wants to throw. Fires to the big fella. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. Now the defense will try to keep them on this end on 3rd and short from the 21. Try and play action. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. The Irish send out the punt unit. Makes a move. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Palmer, now use it against him.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on. Just to...
Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Cardinals need to pick it up on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Dances away from the heat. And he's sacked. A big play on 4th down to...
He had nowhere to go with the football. You could tell, surveying the field, somebody's got to get open to go make a play. Man, throw it up, run it, do something. You can't take a sack on 4th down. You got to give somebody an opportunity to make a play for you.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. I'm not positive, but that 1st down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On 1st down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
Fires to the right. Pass on the way. It's picked off. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Irish! What a play by this defense with the pick 6.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get 1st downs, and ultimately get some points.
They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the 1st down. Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. Looking to move it through the air. They're bringing heat. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. That sack gets this offense behind the chains. It's second down. He's looking to throw. Release to the back. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
Man, he was open. He had an opportunity. You just got to look that thing. A lot of times guys are catching it, and as they're catching it, you see their heads start to turn to try to think about getting upfield, and they just lose that concentration for a second.
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. First down here for the offense. The give to the tailback. Fighting off the defender. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
They've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
With a first down, they'll snap it from the 32. Use the play fake, now to throw. Snagged on the outside, it's Burks.
You know, tight ends are such matchup nightmares and problems for defense. They're too big for DBs to cover, and they're too fast for linebackers to cover. You saw it right there.
Wants to fire on second down. Quick completion on the out. Running with power. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. The Irish trying to strike gold in this red zone trip. Holds and fires complete to the right. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Kept it on the ground on first down. Now back to the line. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-game land. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. It's good. And now the lead's extended a little further.
And this guy has been a machine all season long. He is absolutely automatic. You know you're getting 3 points when this guy jogs on the field.
Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on third down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
He's got his man. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll throw it on first down. He's got his man.
I just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody in bounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. He's going to pass. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw away.
Fires one high and deep. Pass is incomplete, but there is a flag, and the D might have been a little too rough on the quarterback there.
Defense.
You just can't hit the quarterback like that. The defender got caught red-handed. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Wants to throw on first down. Gets it out fast. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Running backs nowadays, they are wide receivers. I mean, you got to feature them in the pass game. Why? Because you get matchups on linebackers like this. Great job getting the football near the line of scrimmage. Bam, break a tackle, make something happen, get 10-plus yards.
That screen just never got set up, and they're lucky they didn't turn it over. Looking for the score. Throw to the end zone. It's picked off. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the... In Louisville, Kentucky, they love thoroughbreds who know how to run down the stretch and get to the wire first. And certainly, they've seen plenty of them here. From Johnny Unitas to Lamar Jackson, today, the Louisville Cardinals will try to live up to that legacy. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on another team from the Big Ten, the Louisville Cardinals. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. So the Louisville Cardinals offense takes the field. And this guy feels like a throwback. Back in the day, the running backs were always the stars. This guy fits that mold.
And he can do a lot of different things, too. He's not a one-trick pony. This guy can tote the rock. He can catch the ball. He can block. We might even see him throw the ball in this game. This is a jack of all trades.
Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. The margin for error is so small in this conference. It's really imperative to get off to a good start in Big Ten play.
Especially, Reese, since you're adding so much talent now to this conference. But, yeah, year in and year out, you know the mainstays in this conference, but there's always some surprises. And I'll be interested to see how everybody starts off this season. Listen, this is your first opportunity, Palmer, in conference play, in a major conference, obviously in the Big Ten, to make your first statement.
And it's going to be taxing all season long for these players. Physically, obviously, and you expect that in the Big Ten Conference. But now adding all those West Coast teams, these guys are going to be flying back and forth across the country a lot this year. They have to get off to a fast start today. That's what makes this game so critical.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Rifles it down the middle. Makes a connection. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
It's really nice when you're an offensive coach and you can basically attack the whole field. When you got an arm like this and you could just put it on a line, it's really nice to have that.
Quick completion to the right. Rams him with the stiff arm. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. And the Cardinals come to the line with a new set of downs. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. He's looking to throw it. Oh, he makes the catch. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards. Make the right read. Read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, and go on to the next play.
He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater. Will they be able to get that one more yard and stick it in here on 3rd down? Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Louisville!
I think what you love about that opening drive for the offense is the balance. They were able to throw the football to set themselves up into position, and then he carries it in for the TD. You got to be able to keep defenses on their heels, and they did a nice job of that on this opening drive.
Lining up for the PAT. And the PAT makes it 7-0. So it's an 80-yard drive, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. So the Notre Dame Fighting Irish offense comes out first time they've had the ball today. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, Dave.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. Trying to pick it up on the ground. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
Offenses that are great on 3rd downs, what do? Most of the time, they keep it in manageable situations where they're not predictable, not just dropping back to pass. They do it here on 3rd and short. They convert. This offense has been so efficient on 3rd downs all throughout this season.
Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Looking looking to throw on second down. And you'd like to think this sophomore wouldn't make a habit of trying to force passes into double coverage like that. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. The Irish send out the punt unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. And now the offense will come onto the field again. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling, too, David. Just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
To the ground. He's got it again. And a decent game there before the defense makes the stop.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Quick pass on the fly motion. There to stop him at the 43, but he gets 5 and moves the sticks. That's the end of the quarter, and Louisville has the edge. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. First down to start the drive after the break. Pulls and fires complete. And they picked up 9 on first down. It'll bring up second and short.
We see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
Well, they picked up that first running the football. That's good news for an offensive line that really has been getting pushed around and bullied in this game so far. We'll see what happens moving forward.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Now on second down and short. He leaves it with his back. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
The Cardinals have it with a 1st and 10. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Got some room headed to the goal line. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line.
Man, you cannot coach this to quarterbacks. Hard focus downfield, soft focus around you. As soon as he felt the lane, he was gone. No second guessing at all. That was picture perfect, and he uses his speed to just gash them.
Touchdown! Quarterback sneak pays off as he gets it across the goal line. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. An impressive 66-yard touchdown drive. And they finish the deal with the quarterback sneak. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. Here come the Irish, back on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
Look at that toughness, just running through everybody. Flying down the left side. Touchdown, Notre Dame. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
PAT unit on the field. And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Western Michigan is in front. They've been impressive today, but they still have to finish the job, and that is not a given. They're up by 4 over Indiana. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. Line gets set, first down. From the shotgun, they'll run it. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. Right back to the well. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Now, that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41. And the Cardinals have this offense rolling. Unloads quickly. Stopped after making the catch.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get him in the air.
In football, you hear the term quick but don't hurt. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
He's right downfield. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down it for 32. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break.
That is going to drive this defensive coordinator nuts. A lot of DCs, they focus a ton of energy on how their unit performs on 3rd down and in the red zone. If this defense gives up a couple more 3rd down conversions like that, they're going to be in for a very unpleasant film session on Monday.
They'll throw it on first down. Getting some heat. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it?
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Really need to pick up some yardage this time on 2nd and long. He's looking to throw. He lost one down the sideline. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. 9th play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. He unleashes a long one. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
He's right on target. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where...
Touchdown, Cardinals! Made the grab and finished the deal in the end zone. Effective offense leading the way here and establishing this lead.
And that's how you draw it up, right? You want to come out, be clicking early, get everything going, want to get all the facets rolling. The defense right now on their heels, they have no answers. The offense doing whatever they want.
they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. He's got great speed. He's got an alley. And there he goes. He will score. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Well, maybe they thought if they kicked it into the end zone that he wouldn't dare bring it back. Instead, he just dared them to tackle him, and nobody could. What an explosive return.
Yeah, and those guys got so much speed, they ain't scared. And you could tell, takes it out, good blocking, give him a little crease, and you could see the speed. You don't put slow guys back deep. You don't see Jesse Palmer returning kicks. No, 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 no. You see the fast guys, and you see an open space, and boom, he's gone.
And they did tack on the extra point. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. And the returner will be brought down. It's first down, but the offense is just going to take a knee and go to the locker room. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, fellas. The end of a fascinating first 2 quarters of football in Louisville. And if you thought that was a quick first half, you'd be right on the money. An offensive showcase, yes, but it's been those dynamic running backs who have set the pace. I'm curious to find out if this ground and pound approach is going to continue into the second half, or if one of those defenses will actually show some pride. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at L&N Federal Credit Union Stadium.
All teed up and ready to go here in the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They start this third quarter, 1-possession game, and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
Great team defense on that one. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D-linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Puts it right on him. Strikes the blow. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Feeling some heat. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback really has to sell the fake. You can't tell this offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
So now on second and long, you start to think just don't fall out of field goal range. He's looking to throw. Quick strike complete. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You can tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Trying to get to it. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. And on fourth down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. He'll have to generate power and some accuracy. A 50-yarder from the left hash. He boomed it through. A 50-yard field goal showing off that powerful leg.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. And he's going to run it back. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple of yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receiver somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
They'll need to convert this 3rd down from their own 22 to get this drive jump-started. Pressure coming. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what?
What a snag by the defense. Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. On to attempt the try. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Boise State is putting on an offensive clinic, and about the only thing we haven't seen is the Statue of Liberty play. They're up 14 over Marshall. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. Use the play fake, now to throw. Skips away from pressure. Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Give to the back. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. The D thinking bring some heat on 3rd and long from the 44. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man downfield. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
The RPO, fire complete to the left. Touchdown Cardinals. And that one will give them the lead.
Listen, if I have a playmaker, a running back like that with that kind of speed, yeah, I'm going to throw the swing to him, too. He drops back, surveys the field. He says, I know my guy can make a play, gets the ball in his hands right now in the swing. He does the rest, gets in for the touchdown.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here come the Irish, back on offense. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the 1st down. It's amazing how fluid and potent an offense can seem when you get a great pickup on 1st down, and the tight end's a terrific place to go.
Tight ends nowadays are kind of like cheat codes. I mean, they just know so much about right here. Seeing zone, know when to sit it down, boom, positive yards, nice positive play for this offense.
They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. It's caught downfield. Touchdown, Irish! And once he got loose, it was all over.
nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Louisville has it back in the offense, coming out ready to attack. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Finds Zach Brees, and he's got 4 out to the 29. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. On third down, he drops to throw. It's incomplete, and we'll change ends of the field now. Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. And here we go, down to score. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Field position here for the offense. Off the play fake on first down. Looking to the big tight end. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. A return there would have just been icing on the cake. They'll just have to settle for the cake at the 23. On first down, here comes this offense. Wide out in motion. Trying to start the drive with a pass. And he just flat missed him. Sometimes you see a guy, he's open, and you try to baby it too much, and it was a bad throw. Second down coming up. After the incompletion, they go back up top. He's got an open man. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Running back goes in motion. Floats it out in space. And oh, did they know that one was coming. They'll knock him down in the backfield. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They want to just keep throwing it. Unloads to the wideout. And the ball's loose. Oh, looks like the offense was able to recover it.
Yeah, the receivers got to do a better job in ball security there with all those defenders trying to rip it free. And this offense is lucky they were able to jump on it, keep possession.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. The Cardinals are flying down the field. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. He's moving out of the pocket. He'll pull it down and run. And that defense doesn't allow a cutback, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
Nice job by the defense. You got to dial into your keys. You got to make sure you're reading those guys up front. They did a good job. They saw it. They pulled the trigger. They knew the quarterback had it. They weren't fooled. Strung it out. Did a nice job of limiting the damage with that QB run.
And good blocking in space out there to give him enough room to pick up the first down.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. Just makes life so much easier for his quarterback.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Got enough space. Touchdown, Louisville! They've got the lead here in the first. And the extra news about this drive, Jesse. It can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
And here on first down, let's see if they keep it on the ground. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. Touch pass on the run. He was not going to be denied, discarding tacklers, running behind his pads, and finally down at the 40. And now on second down for this offense. Leaves it with the running back. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Pivotal moment, perhaps even a decisive play coming on 3rd and 3. To the ground to try to move the chains. And the defense had his hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. The stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. The Louisville offense is headed back out on the field. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. It's first down from back at their own 24-yard line. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Looking to go up top on first down. Quickly complete. Still running at the 40. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. The give as they work on that clock. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They'll keep it on the ground. They'll make the stop at the 42. It's a pickup of 5, and that will be enough for a first down. Calling a timeout here, you have to avoid making a mistake in this situation. A little sports history, David. Upset is the only horse ever to defeat Man of War. And that's why we call games like this an upset.
I really had no clue that was a real thing. But I do know this is an upset. This team was unranked, beat a ranked team. But you out and got your respect. Gained it now. Let's build on this throughout the season. One win, great win. Now let's go ahead and build some momentum in the future.
Reese, some might say you're not a one-trick pony with that reference. And obviously this was the team, the unranked team, that had the horses to get this thing done. Too much firepower, just too much explosiveness on offense, great defense. What a tremendous win.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.